Laid Back Mickey here. Today we are going to talk about the many solutions to ride in the winter. Let's go ahead and check them out now. Are you going to ride? Are you not going to ride? That's the question. A lot of people go, oh man, I don't know if I should ride in the winter. It's cold or it's rainy or there's ice on the ground. It could be many different reasons why we don't want to do something, right? Something that's good for us, something that helps us, something that keeps us healthy and moving. Instead, maybe we just want to sit on the couch all winter long watching those awesome movies. And there's a lot of great movies. My best movie for winter is Die Hard. Yes, with Bruce Willis. Maybe because he's partly bald, I don't know. But anyway, one of the reasons, when I go out, why I go like, oh, do I want to ride today? Is because I got a bald head. When we go out, we may go, it's too cold, right? It's too cold to ride. So, hey, here's a cool thing that my buddy, Ian Sims from Greenspeed gave me years ago, but it keeps my head warm. And so when I go out, I want to keep my head warm. And maybe you don't have bald head, maybe you got a lot of hair, and that's good, right? Not only do I want to keep my head warm, I want to keep my face warm. So there's this cool little thing here. Let me show you this here. This little face mask. And it goes over your nose like this, still goes over your nose, keeps your face warm. So that's another good little thing. Or you can get like just a cap for your head. But you know what? A lot of people go, should I wear my helmet or should I just wear the little hat on my head? And I say, wear your helmet too, because you want to be safe. And so I go ahead, I grab my helmet, I may grab my little hoodie, and they make this other cool little hoodie that I like to wear under my helmet. It's like this little, it looks like a cap for like shower cap, but it's actually just a head cap. And then I go ahead and put my helmet on with that, and then that keeps my head warm, but it fits with my helmet nicely. The first thing you want to do is you want to stay warm. And so not only do I wear a hoodie, but you're going to want to wear some gloves. So you can just wear just a common set of gloves that you can hold on and the coldness won't make your little fingertips all freezing. Or if it's not that cold, maybe you just want to wear like a little half glove. And a half glove will keep most of your hand warm, but keep your fingertips available. Like if you have a phone, you could be swiping on your phone. And I like to wear these. These are padded for like a regular bike. On a trike, we really don't need this extra padding. Kind of nice. It keeps your hand extra warm. But yeah, you want some gloves, something to keep your head warm, and you want to go ahead and also have some sort of jacket. I just use a lightweight jacket here in California, but maybe you're somewhere colder. Just wear a heavier jacket. And the nice thing is they make all different types of jackets. Now this one here is light enough that if it gets hot, I could roll it up and then I put it in my back little bag that I carry with myself all the time. People go, do I need a regular, jeans, or do I need to wear some fancy bicycle pants? And so, like I have these cool pants that I got. They're cool pants. So you can get some cool pants at like your local bike shop. But a lot of times I just go out with my jeans, right? And then you got to make sure that where the chain is and where your pant leg is, that it doesn't get caught in the chain. Well, it's kind of difficult, but you can put like a rubber band, or you can put like those bike straps on that if you have loose jeans, that'll protect it. My jeans are, they're pretty snug at the bottom, so you're good there. So the key thing, stay warm. But another important thing is when you're out and you're riding and it's winter, like the sun's not out, usually it's overcast, there's more shadows. You want to be able to be seen by, if you're on the regular streets, you want to be seen by cars. If you're on the bike trail, maybe you want to be seen by another cyclist. So you can turn on your headlight on the front, or like when I go out, I use extra tail light. Nowadays, they have these super bright ones that can be seen day or night. And so I'll use my tail lights on the back. I'll use like 1 or 2. Now I have a motor on my bike, so my bike lights are integrated in the motor, but I also keep a USB rechargeable tail light on, because the USB right now, they're brighter. So maybe the one that is integrated into your bike, maybe that's like 15 lumens, 30 lumens. This is 450 lumens. So this is a great tail light to be seen day or night. That's another thing that you want to have is good tail lights. You want to have flags like you see behind me. Anything just to be more visible when it's a little more dark or cloudy or foggy, right? Something like that is you just want to be more visible when you're out riding in the wintertime. Also, the question is, what time of day should you ride? And so like for me, it used to get light like at 6 in the morning. Now it's starting to get light at like maybe 6:20. So I have to wait a little bit longer. And in the morning at like 6:30 in the morning, it's kind of still chilly. So I like to ride closer to 8 or 9. We went on a ride the other day and it was at 9 o'clock and it was still a little chilly, but not that bad. By 10 o'clock, it warmed up. And by 11 o'clock, I took my jacket off because it was starting to get, in the mid 60s. And when you're riding in the mid 60s, that's warm. Be prepared to like take some of those layers off if it gets too warm. So time of day is important. And another thing you want to think about when you're out there riding, whether it rained the day before, maybe it just sprinkled that morning, you want to think about your tires. Are you riding in slick tires or are you riding in something more grippy? Now, I have a couple different tires right here. And we're losing things. Okay, so I got 3 different tires. Let's go over like, this is a common slick tire. This is a Scorcher by Greenspeed. Now, this is a nice tire. It's pretty grippy for a warm day, but when you get like maybe there's moisture on the ground or maybe it was just raining a little bit ago, it's gonna be more slippier. Now, on my bike, when it was slippery, on my bike when it was slippery, I had to be careful not to have my tires slip out from under me and me crash on my bike. The nice thing about a recumbent trike, you have 3 wheels, so you don't have to worry about that as much. You don't have to worry about falling over. You don't have to worry about losing your balance because you're on 3 wheels. If you want something better than a slick tire, you can go with, this is a very popular tire. This is a Big Ben. This is like, it has a good grip to it. It sheds the water nicely. It's a wider tire. It's a 2.0 width. So wider tires will give you more stability, give you more gripping area. I like to run it a little lower pressure. So if this one is rated to 55 PSI, I like to run it at 40 PSI to get more grip. And so that's a great tire. This is the Big Ben by Schwalbe. Schwalbe is the manufacturer. Big Ben is the brand model. They also make something like if there's mud around, like if you have mud, the GT 365 by Schwalbe is a great tire. And this one has some good thorn resistance too. So not only is it meaty, but it is just a great winter tire. So I would go like the Big Ben, maybe a Big Apple, or the GT 365 if it's kind of more muddy. If it's not muddy, just stick with the Big Ben. It's a great year-round tire. It has great traction and it will give you that stability that you want. Another thing that we think about when we're out riding, whether you're riding when it's wet, rainy, muddy, whatever it is on the front wheels is, do you have fenders? Most trikes don't come with front fenders. Most of them come with a rear fender to keep mud or water off the back of your head, but they don't always come with front fenders because the tires will throw the water on the left and right side of you up until the point that you start to turn. When you turn your trike, that's gonna start to throw water this way or this way, give you a nice little X on the front of your shirt. Now, you can get a set of front fenders. These are some really nice fenders by Ice. They fit really well. And that will protect you from getting water, crosses on the front of your body. So you can get fenders from Cat Trike, Ice, Trike, Greenspeed. They all make fender sets for their front tires. I usually throw mine on in the winter. In the summer, I don't always keep them on unless I'm riding somewhere dirty. Some manufacturers, the fenders are easy to put on and off, and some manufacturers, they're a little more difficult. So you have to check into your trike and see what your manufacturer makes for your trike for fenders. And the next thing you want to think about is maintaining your trike. Maintaining your trike is important in wet and muddy weather. You want to think about the ABCs. Air, you want to keep maybe the air a little lower so you can get a little more grippy, not too low that you get flats because you're doing pinch flats. That's when you don't have enough air and it's pinching the tube and makes the tube get a hole in it. Look at the tire pressure, maybe run it somewhere in the middle of what the tire pressure says. Brakes, make sure that your brakes are going to stop you in whatever weather you're at. So you want to make sure that you maintain your brakes. And then chain. Chain, you want to go ahead and make sure you're running the correct lube. Now, for a muddy area, they make this Clean Ride, which is a waxy lube, which will kind of make the mud and the dirt flake off. But when it's wet, I like to use the Wet Ride lube by White Lightning. That is great for wet weather to keep your chain from not rusting, to keep it lubricated so it glides smoothly. So lube is very important. Normally in the summertime, you're lubing your Trike chain every couple hundred miles. But you're probably going to be doing that more often, maybe every 50 to 100 miles or more in the wintertime. So just lube your chain a little bit more often. Now you could use, just could drip it on right on the center of the chain and then spin the chain backwards. And then that will go ahead and put the lube on. With the Trike chain, they're longer than a bicycle chain, so it's even more important to lube that chain. So make sure maybe in the wintertime, get some wet lube and keep your Trike maintained. You'll be much happier year-round with a good running Trike. So out there, when it's raining, maybe it just rained, maybe there's water on the ground. There's water on the ground, but is there water inside your body? Remember, we're riding and it may be cold, but we're still sweating. In fact, we may be sweating more because our body is trying to metabolize and stay warm. So it's like burning a lot of energy. So we want to stay hydrated. So make sure that when you're out and about, take a water bottle with you, fill it up with water, right? Maybe you want to fill it up, if you fill it up with cold water, if you're in a freezing area, maybe you want a warm water bottle with something warm inside it, cocoa or something. Go ahead and get an insulated water bottle. And then those insulated water bottles will keep that warm water whenever you want it, or that cocoa, whatever it is. And then, stay hydrated is the point. Okay, so the last thing about riding in the winter is, let's say it is pouring rain. Let's say it's snowing where you're at, and you still want to ride. Sport Crafter makes a great roller for the Trike. It just goes on the back wheel, and you can actually roll, pedal forwards that is, and just maybe listen to some great music, maybe watch TV while you're rolling, and still get exercise with a roller in your house, in your garage, wherever you want. And it could be terrible weather outside, and the roller will help you get that exercise that you still want to get every day. So the difference between riding a bicycle and a tricycle in the wintertime is that a bicycle may be a little more slippier because you only have 2 wheels, where a Trike, you have great balance. You're solid with 3 wheels on the ground. You don't have to worry about falling over as much. And you know what? The biggest thing is health reasons, right? We want to stay healthy. We want to stay fit. That's why I rode my bike. But when I couldn't ride my bike anymore, I needed some way to get out and about, right? I still needed to move my body. And so that's why I got into triking, is I wanted to still get out there and ride. And so where a bike, it doesn't have that balance, right? You have to worry about being leaned over and stuff like that. On a Trike, you don't have to worry about that as much. So it's easy to ride in the wintertime. Just make sure that in the winter, you follow the winter rules. Bundle up and be visible with some lights and some flags, but get out there and ride and get out there and have some fun. Stay healthy, stay fit.